If I traded it all, if I gave it.
Welcome back, everyone. My next guest is Dr. Weller, and he's the owner of Optimal Health Wellness. Welcome to the show. Tell everybody a little bit about yourself and what you do, what you specialize in. Listen up, everybody, because you're not going to believe this. Go ahead. It's not what he does. It's just that you're not going to believe how small of a world sometimes things are. Go ahead.
Well, thank you so much for having me on, Carol. And so what do I do? Who am I? I am a young kid from California that decided to get into the health field to help people, and I'm here to spread the news about what we're doing in our clinic out here in Scottsdale, helping people with neuropathy, nerve damage in the feet, legs, hands, and arms, numbness, tingling, burning, sharp pain, cramps, terrible condition. And it's the only thing I've been doing for the last 10 years, and we've just been having great results. And so I wanted to come on and share a little bit about that.
Now, I had no idea that that's what you specialized in. You know, when we spoke, I met you through one of my guests who comes on, and we never talked about that. And guess what, guys? I have it. And, I would have never in my wildest dreams ever realized it. Was amazing when we were talking. And I do have that the tingling, that they can be my hands, my legs. It goes all the way up them. And so I'm talking to you all out there because a lot of people out there are suffering with pain. I know for me, 5 years, a long time before I really figured it out. I thought it was from something else completely. Like I had a bad, my back was out or something like that, right?
Yeah, there can be a lot of different causes and a lot of different things that bring it on. A lot of people think it only has to do with diabetics. Diabetic neuropathy is what they hear, so they think if they don't have diabetes, then they don't have neuropathy. But then why do I have this tingling and burning and sharp pain in my feet and legs? Doesn't make any sense. And so what they do, like you told me before we came on the show, they go to their doc or they go to the neurologist and they get an examination, a test done. The test that's done, it's called an NCV, a nerve conduction velocity test. It tests one fiber. What we're offering here today is a free nerve screening to test all the fibers, large, small, and C fibers that are in the feet and legs for absolutely nothing.
So it's awesome. I think that everybody should do this. Now, I had the other one done, not the one that you're talking about. And you said that yours is even more extensive, it sounds like.
Yeah, so we're testing all three of the fibers that get affected, not just the one. And the problem, like you probably experienced, and many of you out there might experience, is in having an NCV, a nerve conduction velocity test, they jam these needles in your legs and the arms, and they run current through it, and it's just excruciating test.
Terrible.
And they just say,
What's
bear
yours
with
like?
it. So nothing like that. Okay, so there's different sensations your nerves pick up: hot, cold, light touch, sharp touch, vibration, different things like this that we test, and we see how much of those sensations are actually being picked up by the person's brain to see if they're a good candidate. We don't help everybody that comes through the door. They got to be a good fit for the office, not only neuropathy and nerve progression wise, but also motivation wise. They got to have a good why, like your last guest was saying. They got to be motivated. They want to get something done.
Yeah, you know what, though? When you're in pain, you want to get something done. That is for sure.
That's true.
And I know for me, that's what it was. It was like, what's going on? This has been lasting forever, and finally I did something for me, and I took care of myself. I only wish that I went to you first so that I didn't have to go through that other test that I did. This test that he's talking about is completely different, and we're going to offer it to everyone. And believe me, guys, I'm telling you right now, this is something that I am so glad that even though I might have had to gone through it a different way and I didn't know you, I'm really glad that I finally took care of something that, even though it's not 100% yet for me, it's probably, if with you, it will be. But seriously, I know a lot of people out there are suffering. You shouldn't be. So we're going to open up the lines right away for everyone to call in for this. It's a $250 value free to you. And if you know someone, if you have a partner out there, you know someone that's dealing with pain, you know how terrible that is, let's go ahead and give them one of these. They do free consultations in their office, and they're located in Scottsdale. You could check them out on their website. It is optimalhealthneuropathy.com, and our number here is 602-277-5369, and toll free it's 1-866-536-1100. Okay, Doc. So I come into you, I told you, you asked me, well, what are some of my symptoms, and I told you that I had the numbness in my fingers and my hands. I have it now. In my face, I even said, and my hands. What do you do that after you take that test and you find out what it is that's, if they're a candidate, what do you do then?
From there, we would develop a treatment plan, and it would consist of different modalities that don't involve drugs or surgery. The beauty of our office and the treatment and the hope that we can bring to the people that walk through our doors is that they can start to treat the cause as opposed to treat the symptoms just with drugs and surgery. A lot of people with this condition, the only thing they're told is, number one, Carol, you're getting old, right? You got some tingling in your fingers, get out of here, right? Or you can try these medications, gabapentin, Lyrica, Neurontin, different anti-seizure medications that don't actually fix the problem. They're just masking it. And so we've seen thousands of people over the last 10 years doing this, coming through our doors, wanting help, seeking something else. Let me fix this. Let's find out what the actual cause is as opposed to just treating the symptoms.
So that's my question to you. If you have nerve damage, it's not permanent?
It depends. There's different stages. It's a progressive condition. It gets worse throughout time, and earlier the better. I want someone coming in the door with just a numb toe, and it's early on. They've only had it for a year or two, something like this. We see people that come in later stages, and their feet are black and blue. They've had amputations. They've lost their mobility. Their quality of life is in the crapper. I mean, it's just gone. And so we want to save people from that. The reason I'm here, the reason I do what I do, I get up every day to help these people, is to make sure no one ends up in a wheelchair and they keep their quality of life.
I think a lot of people that feel like this, and I know I did, if anyone's listening, I know I did for a while. I thought, well, gosh, maybe I have fibromyalgia. Do a lot of people say that to you?
Yeah, it's great.
Because, it's nerves and you're thinking, It's all over my body. I must have fibromyalgia.
There's a lot of patients that we see, that I see personally, that have a misdiagnosis. Well, it's plantar fasciitis. Well, it's fibromyalgia. Well, you might have MS. You might have Parkinson's. I'm not saying that you guys don't have those things going on, but a lot of the patients have those and neuropathy. Or it was misdiagnosed. They have burning on the bottom of their feet every day, all day. It's keeping them up at night, waking them up 5 different times a night. And their doctor said, it's just in your head. I don't know what to do for you.
I hate when they say that.
So do I. And so we deal with that on a day-to-day basis of these people coming through with misdiagnosis, or just not as a specific diagnosis as they should have got. At the end of the day, diagnosis is great. There's a lot of great technology out there to test even further into the condition that they might do at your general practitioner's office. But at the end of the day, it's about treatment, right? What are you going to do about it? The options right now are you can either take these drugs that we were talking about, gabapentin, Lyrica, Neurontin, Cymbalta, nortriptyline. I could go on forever. Or you could fix the cause. And I think we're going to get into that in just a little bit, about how you would actually fix this problem and what we do in our office.
Okay, well, here's what we're going to do. We keep our lines open here. I also want to say hi to everybody on Facebook right now. We are live with you guys, and everyone that's listening in, this is sort of a worldwide problem, really.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, and you don't realize that it is what it is until it sort of gets too big. It's never too late, but it's something that could be, you could be very sorry for if you don't check it out. So, and if you're dealing with pain or numbness in your feet and you've been told that you've got diabetes, maybe you don't. Maybe you don't have to be on these drugs. I know I just literally within the last month was just told all of this. So I'm a new person with this, and I don't want to be on my drugs. I'm going to call you. I'm certainly going to do it. So we've got our lines open here, and everyone's going to get this nerve test. And that's what I want to talk about first of all, the nerve test that you're giving out. This is a free nerve screening, and it's going to tell you whether or not that you're, the kind of damage that you have, whether or not you can work with their modalities or not. So it's a $250 value, free to you or anyone you know. I'm telling you right now. Our number here is 602-277-5369. Toll free, it's 1-866-536-1100. You could check them out on their website. It's optimalhealthneuropathy.com. They do free consultations. They're located in Scottsdale, rated with the Better Business Bureau. Their phone number direct, it's 480-420-0635. I say call in here and get this test. I think it's going to be at least a start for some people. Again, 602-277-5369. Toll free, it's 1-866-536-1100. Number one, before we go, because we have, about a minute or so, I just want to know, yours test doesn't hurt?
No, so there's no pain involved with this test. It's simply testing the different fibers that are in the extremities.
How do you test them?
So, for example, one of your fibers controls your balance. It's called a large nerve fiber. There's a tuning fork that's in our office. It's a vibration machine, basically, and we can put it on a part of the body, let's say, that doesn't have neuropathy, the hand, the elbow, and then test that against the
so
foot,
much
the
nicer.
ankle, so much
If
nicer.
anyone's ever done this other test, I'm going to tell you, when I did it, it was my birthday, had no idea that I was having this test. I thought I was going into a follow-up for something. I walk in, they say, sit down and just be quiet, right? And oh my God, I was like, on my birthday I did this? And it was awful. So we're going to go to a break. When we come back, we want to talk further. This is serious stuff, though. There's a lot of people out there that are suffering, and there's no reason. I know I do every day. I'm sitting here right now, my hands are all numb, and I don't know what the heck is going on.
Anymore.
But you know what, guys? We all know somebody who's suffering. Please call in, get this. It's a free nerve screening. It's a $250 value. It doesn't hurt. I suggest it for anyone. Our number here, 602-277-5369.
If I traded it all, if I could.
Welcome back. We're talking with Dr. Weller. He's the owner of Optimal Health Wellness, and he's been doing what he does for 10 years, located in Scottsdale at Miller and Osborne. They do free consultations in their office, and we're talking a little bit about neuropathy, and I had no idea when he came on that that's what he specialized in, and I was telling him how I personally, if you hadn't heard it, was just diagnosed with that on the medications. I know we wanted to mention a little bit because people understand, they've heard those medications before of being on it, and you don't necessarily have to. And there is some things that you can do that are safe, that you're not I'd rather not be on the drugs, doctor.
I would much rather do something with my health that doesn't involve side effects, especially 5, 6, 7 pages of side effects at 8 font. And so, that's what a lot of these things are. And not saying that everyone should just hop off medications and there's no place for them. Of course there is place for them. As of neuropathy specifically, the only standard of care out there, whether you're at the Mayo Clinic or the urgent care up the street, is the anti-seizure pills, gabapentin, Neurontin, Lyrica, or antidepressant pills. So let's make you not feel sad about your condition. But what we really want to do, what people flood in our offices for, is to fix the cause. Let's fix the cause. Let's get at that, and that's what I want to get into with you guys.
So we're going to open up the lines to the audience because he's giving away a free nerve screening, and it's different than anything you've ever had. I mean, he said there's no pain whatsoever, and I'm saying right now, I think that everyone should, if you think you've got this situation going on, if you've got any kind of pain, any kind of tingling, it may not be diabetes. Well, I'm not by a diabetic, and I got it. So, but this nerve screening test, the one I had, was not something I would want to do, but the one you do, it's pain-free, and it's $250 value, free to you, and it covers way more areas as well. So if it's you or someone you know, our number here, 602-277-5369, and toll free, it's 1-866-536-1100. Doc has been doing this for 10 years, and he's rated with the Better Business Bureau. They do free consultations in their office as well. You can check them out at optimalhealthneuropathy.com. How can you help? How do you do it?
So, you mentioned diabetes. A lot of people think that only diabetics get this condition. In fact, the biggest thing that brings this on right below diabetes is circulation. Poor circulation out into the fingertips, out into the toes. The microvessels, there's 2 types of blood vessels in the body, big and small. I won't go into details about this, but the microcirculation starts to break down. And if you don't have enough blood going to your pinky toe, what happens to it, Carol?
It goes numb.
It goes numb, and then if it keeps going numb and it gets cut, what happens to it?
If it gets what? Cut? It bleeds.
It bleeds, and then if it can't get healed up, what's that turn into?
An infection.
And then if an infected foot starts to just get worse, what's the medical standard of care for that foot?
cutting it off.
It's a terrible scenario, but that's the end game of where this ends up going. And so if we can start at the beginning there, fixing the circulation, what we do in the office first and foremost with every single patient that comes through that we're going to take on as a candidate is try to start fixing that circulation. We can do that through a light therapy that's specific for neuropathy. It helps to increase the circulation two ways. Starts to open up the blood vessels, vasodilate the blood vessels, get them more circulation. Also, angiogenesis, just a fancy word for growing new blood vessels. The beauty of our treatment is that someone can be done with this within a month or two and we'll never see them again. It's not an ongoing thing. They don't need to come in and treat like physical therapy or something like this once a week for the rest of their life. They come in, we can fix them up, educate them on how to get them better, how to take care of themselves at home, and then go take care of themselves. It should be the white coat's job to educate you on how to live a healthier life so you don't have to come see me every week, every month.
Right.
That's how we work in the office. That's just one of the therapies.
That's an awesome thing. So that is that, and it is all about the circulation. I mean, and a lot of people have poor circulation. You don't even realize it. Now, we've got our lines open here for everyone to call in for this free nerve screening. It doesn't hurt whatsoever. The number here, 602-277-5369. Toll free, it's 1-866-536-1100. This is a $250 value, free to you or anyone you know. They're located in Scottsdale. Doctor has been doing this for 10 years and rated with the Better Business Bureau. OptimalHealthNeuropathy.com. And don't, you know what, you can't, sometimes the people are afraid of that word, neuropathy. But not everybody has neuropathy, but is this
Right.
really neuropathy?
Right. I want to take it back and more so, let's
Are there
figure out
different stages?
what that word is, right? Neuropathy, neuro means nerve, pathology, so nerve damage, nerve disease is what it means. So just because you might not be diagnosed with quote-unquote neuropathy doesn't mean that we can't help you. The symptoms we see, if you're experiencing the numbness, tingling, burning, cramps, sharp shooting pain, we have people say it feels like they got bunched up socks underneath their feet, feels like they're wearing socks, they don't even have shoes on, the covers are sensitive on the toes.
Let me ask you something. When they give you the stockings, okay, which everybody hates, the minute you have to put them on, you feel like an old person. Right? It's
Yeah.
true. I'm not kidding because
Yep.
I have two pairs. And so, do you you don't recommend those?
It's not that I don't recommend them. It's they're not a long-term fix.
Okay,
If
so
you're
let's
looking
go on.
for-
What's the next thing you do? Doc, help me out.
So we got the circulation, right? We got some light therapy. There's people that have done light therapy out there probably listening right now, or maybe they even have some light therapy they found at Walmart or something like this. Okay, so there's different types of light therapy out there. The ones that we have in the office are specific for neuropathy, and they're medical grades. They're only used in the office. You can't find these on Amazon or anything like this. Also, next, you have to stimulate the nerve. This is a nerve problem, okay? Blood vessel first, then the nerve. It's a way to stimulate these nerves. We have machines in the office. They hook up to the feet, legs, hands, or arms, wherever these patients are affected, and it starts to stimulate the individual fiber affected with the person. So going back to the exam, we're going to get the exam done for free to see which fibers are affected, how far along they are, make sure you're a good candidate for this type of treatment. If you are, we're going to see good results, then we would move forward with some of this treatment. And it's specific to the individual. There's people that come in, they have no symptoms. They only have balance issues. They think it's their inner ear, but it's actually their neuropathy.
Wow.
Also, there could be people that have all these symptoms. They're up all night long taking 4 different Vicodin a night. I mean, it's just, it can get to a really terrible stage, and we don't want it to get there. At the end of the day, this is a progressive thing that gets worse over time, and we want to stop it early.
So again, the number here, 602-277-5369. We've got our lines open. I know it doesn't sound like it's a weed whacker for everybody to get, and yay, we get to go use this. This is something, though, that there's so many people out there suffering, and you've been told that, you're diabetic, so this is where this is coming from. I'm not diabetic, so I know for a fact that's not the case. And again, I've never worked with him before or anything like that. I want to get that out so that people understand this. I just found it out, and I said, oh my God, I was just diagnosed. And I agree with you. I think it's something that, I certainly wouldn't want to be on these drugs for a long term. And before I even had any of this, I never was on anything. So it's crazy how things happen. They do free consultations in their office. They're located in Scottsdale at Miller and Osborne. and he's been doing it for 10 years. He's rated with the Better Business Bureau. The number to call him at direct is 480-420-0635. The website is optimalhealthneuropathy.com, and our lines are open here, and I'm going to let everyone call throughout the rest of the show. You're getting a free nerve screening. It's totally different than the one that I took, which I wish I would have known you before that. No pain, pain-free whatsoever. It's $250 value free to you. 602-277-5369. Go ahead. What's the next thing we need to do?
So we got the blood flow going with the lights, right? We got the stimulation going with these stimulation machines that we use. By the way, they're about $30,000 to $40,000 in the office that we use. This is not a TENS machine that, again, you could go find at Walmart online for $70 or something like that. So these are very specific to actually in-office treatments. From there, now we got the blood flow, we got the stimulation to the nerve. Carol, is there something that you ate for lunch that could have harmed your body?
No, because I didn't eat lunch. But anyway, go ahead.
Well, nutrition-wise, there are things in the diet, in people's way of eating, that can harm the nerves and the blood flow. There's things that can help the nerves and the blood flow, and we have a specific diet that we work with our patients. I hate to call it a diet, a nutrition plan, let's say.
I love that.
And that's how we're able to not only get them better within a couple months, but get them better forever. We got people coming through reversing their diabetes, getting off of statin medications, blood pressure medications. All obviously with the consent of their own doctor that put them on these medications. But if you're ready to make a change and ready to start living a healthier life, having a better quality of life, hey, it's not a magic pill. Magic pill's not going to do it. Got to take some responsibility, and I'm going to be the one to help you do that.
You know what? I've loved that. I mean, here's the thing, guys. I know for me, when I started feeling this well, I really felt very awful. I felt awful. I thought that I was doomed. I didn't know what was going to happen with me, and I felt really old. I went, and yes, it came on, and I did have it for a while, but I love the idea that I can actually do this pain-free, things that I can do that will actually turn this around. Love the diet. Always like being able to do it, change it with your diet. They do free consultations in their office. Their number direct, it's 480-420-0635. It's optimalhealthneuropathy.com. I'm going to keep my lines open here. This guy's been doing, the doctor has been doing it for 10 years. He's rated with the Better Business Bureau. The number here is 602-277-5369. You're getting this free, no pain nerve screen. It's a $250 value free to you.